Back to the Reaper's Candle Tarot, and today we are doing a career reading. Before I move on to what it will be about, I would like to thank our newest public subscriber, Mariam Ahmed, and the 3 extra other subscribers that I did notice that may not be public. I would also like to thank Aquilina Guez for their recommendation on the reading that I will be doing today. Hopefully, Aquilina, this is what you were kind of looking for when you suggested the recommendation. So last week we did a love reading that was more detailed and asking specific questions on how far your spouse was physically from you, how long it would take until your next meeting, how long it will take to get married, what are they doing right now, and what are their current thoughts. And so today I thought I would do the career reading as per the Aquilina's request, and I would ask some more specific questions about what kind of career you should go into. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a moment to kind of meditate and be present within your body, and then pick the pile that you are drawn to the most or resonate with the most. So go ahead, please. Okay, so now that you guys have paused the video if you needed to, and picked the pile that you have felt drawn or resonating with you, I'm just going to quickly go over the questions that we will be taking a look at today. So we are doing a career reading today, and again, it's just going to be a 20-minute reading for each pile. And what we're going to be looking at is what field or industry is the career that you should go into in. What the career path looks like from the start, middle, and end. How and where you will find the job that you will take part in as a career in this field or industry. The characteristics of the job or career, the skills needed to participate in this career, the types of people you will meet in the career or job, and advice to acquire the job. Okay? So please skip ahead to the pile that you have picked with the little time tags in the description box below, and we'll get started on your readings. Okay, hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you guys picked the Darkwood Tarot, and this is what came out when I asked what field or industry is the career that you guys should go into in. So the field or industry that I was getting, the words that popped out was, the very first word that popped out was from the Queen of Swords here that came out, which is judgment. So judgment on top of the swords being a suit of action, and then the sword being right here, and then the butterflies also being just around them. So I feel like you guys may be going into either a law career or an activism career. So both of those jobs involve creating some sort of judgment and having a set standard of rules or morals or ethics to follow and abide by. And both of them also require action to prove that judgment or to follow through with that judgment. And with the butterflies that I was focusing in on here, you may become either an environmental activist or you may become an environmental lawyer. And with the Two of Swords in the overall energy, it was definitely, this is supposed to be like making a balanced decision. So again, it's that idea of judging and making a decision and then following through with it. And yeah, and even with the Five of Swords, it's again change, and that really suits the message of activism and the way that this person is kind of holding a knife, but this person is tied up. She doesn't feel like she's about to free them. It's almost like she's caught them and she's about to deliver the punishment that this person deserves. As you can see, there's already swords in their back. And yes, with the Ace of Swords, that's just giving us, again, confirmation with the whole action idea, and again, this idea of control and making the right decision. So definitely the field or industry that you guys are looking at is either legal related, law related, or activism related, and it's got something to do with the environment. You may be changing, I just got this right now, you may be changing the laws and the bills that have to do with how we deal with the environment and nature and things like that.
Okay, pile 1. So the next question is the career path. So start, middle, and end of the career path that is meant for you. So the overall energy is Queen of Pentacles. So no matter where you are in this career path, you are not only a very humble creature, you always make sure that you are not just preaching from a top of a high hill, okay? But you are also in a position that you are financially secure and stable in, but also status-wise you're secure in it, but at the same time you maintain your humble and proactive personality. Okay? And you're very active in the career no matter what stage you are at. So the beginning of the career path requires a lot of study, a lot of guidance, a lot of reclusivity, and isolatedness. So it's really honing in on that idea that you have to study a lot and in detail to go on this career path. So that's how your career begins, by a lot of study, deep study and detailed study. Then I'll go with the end actually. And then in the end, you've got Temperance. So you've got Hermit and Temperance, which are both very mellow tarot cards. And I believe they're both major arcana cards. So that's good that you're beginning and ending on a strong note. But with the Temperance card, the end of your career path, it's very much a queen-like energy. And she kind of almost gives me like a Maleficent feel over here, where the person that is you, you're very patient, okay, and you're very adaptable, but you are also very controlling and manipulative, but not in a bad way, okay? Don't hear those words and get scared. It's in a good way, because you know exactly the moves that you have to make and the things that you have to do to get the result and the goals accomplished that you need to accomplish. So that's where your adaptability and going with the flow comes, because you know the ins and outs of making things work and happen. So you're very easily able to shift your plan and still accomplish the goal that you want to. And then in the middle, so right, like these all came out for the middle of your career path, but we're going to read them as this is more towards like the beginning middle, and this is more towards the end middle. Okay, so this is kind of like the shift after you've studied, right? And you've been on this in this career for a little bit of time. I'm just gonna throw a number out there, like say 1 or 2 years, right? Maybe 2-3 years, I don't know. But you've got the Knight of Cups, the Emperor, and the Two of Swords. And the first thing that I felt from this is that you're making decisions, balanced decisions, where you're required to be practical, but also balance your practicality with your emotions. So again, this idea of activism is coming up, and legal activity is coming up again, because in both environmental activism or just general activism and legal fields or environmental lawyer career, you have to be passionate about the thing that you are fighting for, but at the same time, you have to approach it practically so that you can accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish, right? So that's the first thing that I got out of all of the 3 of these cards together. Now, going into more detail, we're seeing the Knight of Cups holding the same cup that is over here. They're both frothing and they're both cups. And cups usually has to do with opportunity or emotional opportunity, right? So I definitely feel that at the beginning, towards the beginning of your career, you have a lot of people coming towards you for emotional help or for projects or cases that you are passionate about, okay? And then with the Emperor, you are in this leadership energy. So you are guiding them. And you can see this goat is kind of very upright position, very confident and very determined. You can see it in its eyes. And they won't let anyone else win because they are so passionate about their topic. And I focused in on this symbol over here, which kind of looks like this symbol for the female gender. So just with that, we can tell that you are kind of guiding and leading people that are emotional or sensitive about something. Or it could be that you are, even though on the outside you look like this very strong and practical, grounded person that's very determined and very active, on the inside you are really being fueled by your passion and your own emotional sensitivity towards a certain topic or idea. And with the Two of Swords, I'm focusing in on the water reflection of this girl. So Two of Swords is supposed to be making a balanced decision that takes place in physical reality, right? So with the Two of Swords and me focusing on the reflection, again, there's that idea of emotions involved in the decision-making process, but you are balanced with the grounded and the practical part of the decision-making and the action taking. So what I noticed was that even though she's blinded, she's still ready to fight off all these demons and things like that. But in the water part, it doesn't really show the demons. So it's almost like even though you are blind, like you are quite lost in the consequences or the things that could take place after you take a certain action, you don't really mind. You are willing to do whatever it takes and go wherever you need to go to be able to accomplish this goal that you are fighting so strongly for. And then towards the end middle of your career, you've got the King of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So this is a very, very strong cards because I was focusing in, first of all, you've got a king, okay? So you're, again, that leadership energy with the Emperor as well coming up, right? So you've got that, and you're very much in a leadership energy where people are coming to you for advice now. So, and I was seeing that you were working for a large but private organization, okay? And it seems that you may be in a consulting role in this organization, but you are still very active in the whole process, even when you're consulting. So people come to you for advice for certain cases or how to approach and do things so that they can accomplish their goals, but you involve yourself in the process more than just advising them and guiding them in terms of the law or the steps that they need to take. And with the Eight of Wands, there's again this idea being conveyed that people are coming to you with certain passion projects or ideas or deals or opportunities, and they're coming to you for advice because you don't seem very active in this card. You seem very relaxed. So again, there's this idea that people are coming to you for thoughtful advice and guidance, and you are not really stepping back from the activist part in that whole process. You are not just a preaching person. You're not just a lecturer. You are there to provide them support and guidance throughout the whole process and be active yourself. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so this is how you will find the career and where you will find the career, and this is your overall energy. So just from the overall energy, I'm just going to let you know. So the Page of Swords, this is like you becoming more active and actually fighting for the things that you believe in and proceeding to take actions to make things happen. And the Fool is just supporting that whole idea of the Page's journey of just kind of going at things without really being concerned too much about the consequences and trusting your instinct a lot and just going with what you believe in. And then the Queen of Swords energy is coming out again, and this is, again, it's just a confirmation that you will eventually grow from this Page of Swords into the Queen of Swords as you actually find the career, right? So right now you're very much in this Page of Swords energy, and you should be in this Page of Swords energy, kind of doing the things and proceeding with actions that help you accomplish the goals that you believe in. And how you will find this opportunity, it's the tower in reverse, which means that usually a tower in upright position means that it's like a shock or a sudden revelation. But because it's in reverse, I feel like it's going to happen very gradually, and you're going to kind of be pushed into the direction very naturally into the career. And this is supporting this entire idea of the Page of Swords journey. And like I'm saying, with the Fool and the Page of Swords, you have to start taking action for what you believe in. And that's kind of, I think that's why you will naturally be pushed into the career that you pick. And then with the Six of Pentacles, for where you will find your career, I was focusing in on the contract. And for me, parchment and contracts and books always remind me of school. But school was the only thing that was really coming out here. So I would say that you will really actually, find it in school. Maybe you do something, you take part in some sort of activist role or activist community, or maybe do a protest or something that you believe in during school times. And that's how you eventually basically build a resume or a portfolio that would look very attractive for future employers when you are applying for jobs. So where you will find this career is in school. And that again supports the whole idea, like the beginning of your career was a hermit mode, which required a lot of detailed study and in-depth study, where you were very much closed off almost and not being very social, but more so just diving into the knowledge and the wisdom that you would need for the career. And again, with the gradual discovery of the career, it really supports this whole idea that you would find it in school. So when asked the characteristics of the career, it gave me the Hermit in reverse and the overall energy with Five of Cups in reverse. So I think the career involves a lot of socializing, going outdoors, going out to parties a lot, and really stepping out of that hermit in-depth study and reclusivity mode. You have to be able to communicate and socialize with people. You don't have to become friends or close bosom buddies with them, but there's definitely a sense that you have to know a lot of people, you have to keep up acquaintances, you have to keep up appearances in public, and really just be out there a lot in the public eye, in the social eye, in society's eye. I'm also focusing in on this lamp over here, so definitely there's this, again, this idea of you being a leader, so that may be the reason why I'm seeing the hermit in reverse and focusing more on the lamp than the hermit herself. And it's showing a guiding light. So there's a lot of guiding involved in this job. And then with the Five of Cups in reverse for the overall energy, I'm focusing in on this cup over here at the back that's upright. And that's basically telling me that there's only a few emotions or few things that you have to be passionate about. And sometimes things may not work out exactly how you want them to, but that's okay because you still have these two cups to kind of help you accomplish the goals. And these are basically your fallback plans that are always there. So even if things don't work out initially, you always have a fallback plan to fall back onto. And with the Five of Cups in reverse, I'm seeing that this career does not involve a lot of emotional change. So again, this whole idea of rules and standards and ethics and morals that have been stabilized and established, you have to kind of go along with that. And again, there's the bunny over here. So again, this idea of being humble and being constantly inquisitive and curious really is a characteristic of this job. You have to remain humble and you cannot present yourself in a posh or uptight way, because you're going to start losing track of your goals, and these two cups may end up actually spilling over. And just underneath it is justice. So if that's not a sign, then I don't know what is. Okay, so again, this job involves justice and being fair and just and truthful and being honest. And with the Magician, there's again that whole concept of adapting and using your resources to the best of your ability to be able to accomplish the goal that you need to do no matter what happens. Okay? Okay, pile 1. So then for the next question, the skills needed for this job, we got Hermit again. Okay, but this time it's an upright position. Then we got Chariot and Queen of Pentacles together, and then the overall energy is Four of Pentacles. So I'm going to start off with the Hermit, okay? So this job requires the skills of being constantly enlightened and also being able to guide people, okay? So it is definitely, you will need to learn consistently and make sure that you are updated on the knowledge and the wisdom that you need to have a successful career and be always able to make actions and decisions rightfully and justly. Really, the word that I was seeing was enlightened rather than constant study. So it's more of a sense of awareness of the knowledge rather than being constantly deep in books. But just know that you will have to make sure that you're updated on the knowledge that you need in this field. Then with the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles, I was again focusing on the bunny, and there's the eagle here that's kind of coming in to grab its prey. So this field requires you to move very quickly and make decisions very quickly and nimbly. So they're not loud decisions that you have to make. You have to make them quickly, but you have to do them in almost like a subtle manner. So people aren't very aware of them because they happen so quickly and so quietly. You don't try to be secretive about them, okay? It's just that you take the opportunities and you follow through with your actions so quickly after you've made a decision that it just seems like very quiet, okay? And then with the Queen of Pentacles also, there's definitely the skill that you are in control of the money and the cases that you have. So you need to use your resources wisely, and you also need to pick the cases or the opportunities that you have wisely, okay? Because you are the one that is in control of creating your physical reality, and that's reiterated by this Four of Pentacles overall energy, which is like you're growing on your resources and you're holding your money and resources, and your head is also filled with money and resources. So the foundations that you create are what is going to lead you to be successful in this career. How you manage your resources and control the types of cases and opportunities that you are taking on will determine how well you maintain your career. And depending on how you use your resources and money, and how you also perceive money and the value of it, will determine how just and how truthful you are to your career. And underneath these cards, we've got Temperance. So again, it's that whole idea of manipulation and being patient and adapting. And then with the King of Cups, again, the whole idea of being in control of your emotions and really using those to pursue these actions. So there's patience, there's controlling your emotions, but using them wisely. And again, with the Page of Cups as well, using your emotions to kind of lead you to do actions and use your resources wisely and humbly in the right manner so that you can accomplish the goals that you need to. Okay, so pile 1, the types of people that you will meet in the career, there's 2 very different ones. And this is kind of like if your personality was broken up or your career was broken up into 2 pieces, these are the types of people that you would become if you were unbalanced in your decision making. So the first one is the Chariot or the Eagle. So you've got predators in this field. So there's definitely people who are very proactive, and they may not have the best of intentions, and they may just be going at it because it is their job. They want to win very badly. Okay? So you're going to meet those types of people. It's not that they are bad people, it's just that when they think about their career and their job opportunities and everything like that, they go for the winning material and they make decisions very quickly. So you will meet those types of people.
And some of them may not have very ethical or moral judgment or beliefs, and they're really very logical and very practical in the sense that they live in the material world. So they only think about the legal aspects of it and not really the moral or ethical aspects. Then on the other side, we've got the Two of Wands in reverse. So these are people that can't really make a decision. Like, they think too much about a decision, and they kind of get, you can see like on her face, in reverse, it kind of looks like, I don't know if you can see that or not, but in reverse, she kind of looks like she's worried. But anyways, so you've got the Two of Wands. So there are people who think a lot and they go into detail and study a lot, but they don't really take on a lot of cases or anything like that. I was seeing almost like a prosecutor here, okay? So these may be like the corporate lawyers and these may be the prosecutors. I'm not sure exactly what they would be, but that's kind of how I'm comparing them, okay? These could also be the prosecutors, we never know. And these could also be corporate lawyers, we never know. But in general, for this one, I was seeing like more prosecutors and people who work kind of like for the government or for free. People who are definitely passionate about something, but because they take so much time, they get overwhelmed, they get tired, and they don't really know exactly what they need to do to make their cases successful or their opportunities to win. And then with the Queen of Pentacles energy, it's definitely this energy of people who have a lot of money and people who are in control of their money. And maybe you can see in her face that she's kind of like smirking, like a smug grin, like, I know I'm best and I've got this under control and nothing can faze me. You know, that kind of a feel. And that's definitely what the overall energy of these people are. They're definitely very much in their power. They're definitely earning money, but depending on which types of people they are, they may perceive and act on the cases differently. And then with the Four of Pentacles, again, this idea of pentacles and being in control of the resources. And again, it's this holding of the pentacle. So these people are not poor by any means. They are rich. But, and there's again this idea of temperance and manipulation. But it depends on how you're manipulating. Some of the people are actually manipulating like the law and using the law to kind of win the cases. And some of them are manipulating the people to win the cases. There's definitely this energy of being rich and being in control and holding the money and the resources. Okay, pile one. So the last question is advice on how to acquire this career. So the first one is Page of Pentacles. So you have to think about, what does money mean to you? What is the value, like how important is it to you? You also have to consider what resources you have at your hand, in your possession, and how best you can use them to extract their entire value in a good way. Then you've got the Three of Cups, the Four of Wands, Strength, and Knight of Pentacles. And this is all basically about deciding what you hold in terms of your beliefs. Like, what are your strong values and your beliefs? What are the things that you hold as a strong character for yourself so that you will not be swayed by any negative things going on around you, or negative people, any alluring negative actions or decisions, or unethical, immoral, illegal actions, if you will. It also describes what you are passionate about and what you are willing to protect and fight for. Okay? What you can do is you can discuss it with the types of people that you hang out with, maybe your friends or your family, or even look at the types of people you hang out with and think, okay, well, what are these people passionate about? What am I passionate about? You know, discussing these types of things with the people that you are surrounded by on a daily basis will help you kind of figure out what are you really, truly passionate about and what do you really care for. What makes you emotional, or what really gets your emotional engines running. With the Four of Wands, it's again this idea of, this is more of like going into your own and reflecting what you care about, what you're willing to fight for, what you have fought for in the past, or what you did decide to do an action on so that you could protect what you wanted to protect. Okay? So for some people, it may be they stood up to a bully when they were kids, that was picking on some kid. Or maybe the bully was bullying some poor animal. Okay? And you stood up for that, even if you got hurt in the end, or even if you didn't, but you stood up for that. And that will kind of give you an idea, okay, well, I'm very passionate about protecting animals. It doesn't matter how much damage I get. Or I'm very passionate about protecting innocent children. Doesn't matter how much damage I get, right? So these types of things, this is more of an internal reflection. This is talking to people around you. Maybe even what they have noticed that you are passionate about, or that you feel really emotionally riled up about or disappointed in when you are talking about it. These are your values and beliefs and what gives you strength. What makes you strong as a person, but also your own strengths as a person. Like maybe you're very super kind or very super just and very straightforward. I don't know. But the characteristics that make you strong as a person. But then also the values and beliefs that you hold strongly and you believe in strongly. So that if one day some sort of negative temptation comes your way, you are able to reject it and say, I'm fine, I'm strong, I don't need you. You're not fazing me at all, like she's saying to the snake. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, it asks you to kind of take a step forward and donate your time and your resources to people or things that you are passionate about or you believe in to help them out. As you can see, the Knight of Pentacles is in holding on to this like Scrooge. He is offering the pentacle, or in this case, this is a lotus root, but it's supposed to stand for a pentacle. He's offering the lotus root pentacle to the owl to eat. Okay? So you have to do these types of things. And with the overall energy, we've got the Hierophant. So again, it's this idea of kind of taking an account or a record of all the things that you value, that you are willing to protect, that you believe in, that make you strong, that you have stood up for before, and you would be interested in being an activist for them. And again, Three of Wands. What kind of what experiences have you had where you were like, okay, this is not right, and these are the people that I need to protect, or things that I need to protect. And with the Lovers in reverse, again, it's this idea of what do you love, and what I feel like I should take this in upright position, not reverse. It's again this idea of love and what is something that is very close to your soul and very connected to you. Okay, pile one. So I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. I hope it wasn't too long. I know I was rambling a bit in terms of like the cards and like what certain things are and everything. But I hope this really helped you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed week. And if the video resonated, please do hit the thumbs up button. And if you have any other suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you guys know when I've uploaded. Okay, have a great day. Okay, welcome pile 2 to your reading. For those of you who picked the Star Spinner Tarot, this is the answer to the first question. What field or industry is the career that you guys should be in? So we got Judgment, we got the Three of Swords no, that's the Four of Swords. Four of Swords in reverse. We got the Justice, we got Swords, the Knight of Swords, and we got the Two of Coins. So first of all, I would like to say that the overall energy that I was getting was a very reflective and a very mediating type of career.
or field. So I believe that you guys may actually be some sort of counselor or mediator. I was really getting like a social counseling type of vibe here. We can look under the overall energy to see. Yep, we've got 4 of cups, we got 1 of cups. So in the first one, she's thinking and she's meditating. Then she's actually taking in the emotions or drinking from the cup. And also kind of thinking about the emotions and what she's seeing in the cup and what they are making her feel like. So there's this bird of thought. And then we've got the 8 of cups in reverse. But let's see, should I take it upright or... I'm going to take it upright, okay? But then there's, again, this idea of being lost in thought. And you can see kind of like how both of the 4 of cups and the 8 of cups, which is double, but they're both kind of staring off into space thinking about something else. In this one, she's just kind of thinking about the situation maybe. And the last one, the 8 of cups, she's thinking about the actual goal and the place that she wants to go to. So this is a very, whatever career this is, it's a very mediating and a very reflective career. And then with the judgment, I was definitely getting this idea of thinking about or making the decisions between right and wrong, okay? And then with the 3 of swords, I was getting, because the 3 of swords is in reverse, it didn't come off as a very active field. It came off as more of a reflective field. Yeah, so there's a lot of thinking related in this career and field or industry. With the justice, I was seeing this person holding the sword and I was thinking making the right decisions. And then being right next to the Knight of Swords, but this time the swords is in an upright position. It's almost like you are taking the action to make the right decision. Or at least encouraging it. I'm not really getting that you yourself are doing the actions. It's more like you are encouraging other people to take the right decision into their hands, follow through and do the right actions, and teaching them how to balance the real world with the dream world or the mental world. So you guys may be in a counseling, sort of social counseling type of field or industry, or perhaps a mediating field or industry. Okay, pile 2. So this is your career path. This is the beginning of your career path, the middle of your career path, and the end of your career path. So first, I'm just going to start off with the overall energy of your career path. Definitely feels, again, with this whole meditative type of thing that's happening here, but with the swords above, usually I feel like the swords are falling down, but this time they feel almost like they are pinned to the wall as if to display the accomplishments that you have had and overcome. So just off the top, your overall career path is definitely going to have many accomplishments that you will overcome or be able to display on your walls. And not only that, but you are also going to be in this very like calm and patient personality. Very kind of like an all-knowing personality, or like a high priestess energy almost. And then right underneath it, we've got the Judgment card. So again, making the right calls and making the right decisions. And then with the chalices, or the 4 of cups, again, we've got, again, that idea of thinking and reflecting and mediating. And rather than this being like a lost type of thinking, it's almost as if you're reflecting back on the things that you have done and the decisions that you have made. So you're constantly learning from the decisions that you have made and constantly reflecting back on the things that you have done to make sure that you stay true to your intentions and that you're always gaining knowledge from the experiences that you've had and the decisions that you've made, to kind of, like, if the situation comes up again in the future, then you know what to do. And with the, what is this, the 5 of coins in reverse, I feel like this field or this career path may have a lot of ups and downs in terms of financial stability. You may have a decent amount of money, but sometimes you may not have a lot of it, and may find it a bit difficult to maintain your income, especially with this cracked mirror over here. But definitely you have a lot of accomplishments in this career that you are going into. Now, at the beginning of the career, we have the Knight of Swords. So again, this idea that at the beginning of your career, I feel like you are really honing in on the type of person that you want to be and the type of actions that you deem suitable or right for certain situations. So you're very much in a reflective energy, but more of an active reflective energy. Like you're trying out different things and ending up in different situations and learning how to deal with them in a positive way and in a wholesome and healthy way. Okay, so that's how your career actually starts off, is that you are going to be very much kind of figuring what works and what doesn't, by taking chances, by taking risks, and doing the things that you think are right, and then reflecting back on them later. In the middle of your career path, we have the 8 of Cups, again, that's showing up, just like the Knight of Swords, and then the Hermit in reverse. So with the 8 of Cups and the Hermit in reverse, in the middle of your career path, you are starting to kind of understand the world a lot more, and you are dealing with a lot more people. So because your career is in a counseling type of field or industry, I feel like that is why the Hermit is coming out in reverse. And with this Lantern, I'm definitely getting the vibe that you are guiding people. The people that you are meeting, you're not just meeting for any old reason. You're meeting them so that you can help them out and kind of show them the right way to deal with their issues or problems or challenges. And that is also why this 8 of Cups is coming up, because again, you're thinking, but you're thinking about the goal and how to accomplish it, right? So this combined with the Hermit in reverse, the middle of your career is very much focused on helping other people and guiding other people to accomplish their goals and overcome their challenges. And you are in a reflective state thinking about how you can help them because they are coming to you. And then finally, at the end of your career path, you've got the 2 of Swords in reverse, and you've got the 2 of Cups upright. So 2 of Cups upright is just saying that you have a lot of connections, you have a lot of, you've built a lot of networking, and you've also built a lot of connections with your patients or clients. And because of that, they're positive relationships and clients because you've helped a lot of people out. And then with the 2 of Swords in reverse, I feel like you are very good at making decisions that are balanced and not conflicting at all. Usually the 2 of Swords is supposed to mean a balanced decision making process, but honestly, this card, I usually see it as more of like a conflict, and especially this time I'm seeing it as a conflict with each decision kind of going against each other, and maybe even keeping you up at night, but that's not happening anymore. You're very proud of the things that you have done, and you have made quite a large and positive impact in many people's lives, and you know what decision to make and how to guide them properly, and you have enough confidence that that is the right answer and the right decision to prevent you from keeping you up at night or being conflicted about the decisions that you are making. Okay, pile 2. So the next question we're answering is how and where you will find your career. So with the overall energy, we're getting a lot of strength and a lot of blooming. So, and that is actually reiterated in the actual cards that I pulled out for you to answer these questions. And the whole concept is that you will actually find it by living the life that you are living and being strong about the challenges that you are going through. And again, with the 8 of Cups, there's a lot of thought involved in this process. So a lot of the fears and thinking that you do is going to lead you to this career. Plus, also, there may be someone that you love or someone that is guiding you and mentoring you that may introduce you to this career. And that is all reiterated right in your cards here. So the first question is how you will find your career. So we got the Four of Wands, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and then the Five of Wands. So 4, 5, and then the Knight in reverse. And definitely I was getting a vibe that you are actually going to find your career by overcoming your own challenges with this Five of Wands and going through the life experiences that you go through. And you will actually want to make a difference in the world because of those challenges and experiences that you have gone through. Those will actually make you strong enough to not only deal with those challenges and overcome them, as this Knight of Wands holds on to the hope of overcoming, but at the same time, they will also encourage you and kind of give you a passion to help other people who have similar problems out. And by going to this person that is kind of helping you and mentoring you and helping you deal with the challenges that you have, you may be going to a psychiatrist or a counselor of some sort, or someone that you seek guidance from. I'm seeing that person that you are going to, that you really trust and you care for, and they care for you, and they treat you nicely and you treat them nicely. It's a very positive relationship that you have with this person, mashallah. But this person that is helping you out and guiding you to help you overcome these challenges and giving you steps in a trusting manner to make you stronger and deal with these issues in a positive way, they may introduce you to the field or guide you on how to enter into this field, what to study, how to gain experience, what jobs to apply for, and they will probably also give you a lot of referrals, careers. Then also, I'm also seeing that you may aspire to be like this person who is guiding people and almost like a very bright and positive light in other people's lives. And you want to be like them. You aspire, that is kind of like your role model. Okay, so that's how you will find your career. Now, where you will find your career, we got the Hierophant and the Three of Swords. So again, this idea that through mentorship. So definitely through mentorship, and then the Three of Swords, going through hurt yourself. So I'm telling you, this whoever this person is that you are talking to or being guided by, they are the ones how you will enter into this career or find your way to this career. And I think usually I see, like, I've had this card, and usually I saw this card as like the Hierophant holding up their fingers to say, stop, you shall not enter or pass, especially with the keys that they're holding. But this is almost like, hold on a minute, let me give you these keys so you can proceed wisely and proceed safely. And again, with this, the Three of Swords poking the heart, it feels like you've gone through hurt, and that is why they are saying, okay, well, here are the keys so that you can proceed nicely on this path, and I will guide you so that you don't get hurt anymore. And these hurts that you are coming to this person with, they are actually making you more stronger and more resilient for the actual career that this is a part of. Because in mediating and counseling, you do need to be very resilient. You need to know how to ground yourself and to make sure that you are always staying in a positive manner as well. This idea of being resilient and strong is actually reiterated right in your overall energy, strength. To become a blooming flower and to not be afraid, even if you look gentle on the outside, you're very strong on the inside. Okay, so the next question is the characteristics of the career that you're going into. So with the Seven of Coins, we can see her hands are kind of clenched. So the characteristics of this career would entail that you are somewhat reserved. You have to be reserved and you have to be grounded. You cannot just, because this career, like I said, it's a counseling career, and you have to make sure that you yourself are grounded. And if you're meeting with so many different energies and people throughout the day, similar to a tarot reader, you need to ground yourself, and you need to be able to kind of pull your energy back and protect it so that you can rebalance yourself and then come back and help people in a positive way, rather than being affected the entire day by other people's energies. So you have to be somewhat reserved, and I'm seeing a very quiet person who tends to stay to themselves, but only talks when necessary or when absolutely mandatory in terms of like expanding their network or career. I'm also seeing with this, because coins is supposed to be a physical card, I'm seeing definitely you are also reserved in your physical presence. So when talking to clients or patients, you also have to make sure that you aren't kind of imposing your own nature onto them and letting them be in an open and free space where they feel comfortable expressing their energy and letting their energy go. With the weeds, we are seeing again that sense of resilience. So again, this career does require you to be very strong on the outside and on the inside. And with these stars, we're seeing that your career gives hope to people and shows them the light. And with these swans over here, I was getting almost a sense of all these swans, or yeah, they're swans, are coming to you for help. And I was hearing like a squawking like they do and running towards you, almost as if like ducklings or geese would run when they're covered in oil towards the washers on shore. And it's a very high energized, high energy crowd that is coming towards you to seek your guidance. And that could be the reason why you need to also preserve your own physical presence and your energy and protect it. And then with the overall cards, we're seeing the Five of Wands. So again, you are providing healing in this job, okay? And you are the mentor in this case now. You are the one providing the light. And you are giving them options or different opportunities to make their lives better and to overcome their issues or challenges. And you are teaching them how to be loved and be loving and feel loved again. You could also be dealing with some people who have to deal with addictions, or maybe they have a tough time letting certain people go, or they are, I'm seeing more relationship stuff here, rather than physical addictions. Yep. And then with the High Priestess, again, kind of figuring out how to balance themselves and lead a successful life, and even Wheel of Fate. So yeah, this is definitely about helping people out in their own lives, and maybe even guiding them on how to build better relationships and live a more successful life and a balanced personality. Okay, so the next question is the skills needed for your career. So I'm gonna actually go to the overall first, and then I'll get to the synchronicities over here. So you've got the Six of Cups in your overall. So I'm definitely getting a vibe that you need to be able to set healthy boundaries between people, and you need to know how to protect your own energy and to kind of also calm them down when they get into a highly energized state. Okay? So definitely those are some skills that you need to know. I think you also need to know how to treat different types of people, in terms of how you approach them thought-wise. Some people require a certain type of communication. Other people may require another type of communication, or physical and verbal and nonverbal cues. So you have to really adapt based on who's coming in. But mostly from this card, I'm seeing like the ability to calm them down and the ability to protect yourself. With the Five of Coins, in terms of skills, I am seeing again protection over here. So protecting your inner child as well, right? Even though you look like this grown person on the outside, you have to be able to protect your own energy. And then with the Queen of Wands, this is almost like a strength card in reverse. You have to be able to make the right decisions and be confident in the decisions that you are making, and make strong decisions that are not based off of fear, but off of bravery and off of knowing. And again, with the Empress, that's a nurturing energy, so you have to be very calm and patient and kind and loving. Okay? Now, into the actual cards, the skills that you would need, again with the World, it is people that are all looking at this person to kind of, well, these two are kind of looking at themselves, but these two are definitely looking up to her, and these two are kind of going at it themselves. I feel like these two might actually be this person's inner thoughts, whereas these two people are people that are actually coming to her for advice and admiration. So again, this idea of being confident in your own skin and your own decisions, but also being able to set a boundary and knowing where that boundary, that healthy boundary lies. So even though these people are coming to them, they're kind of in their own bubble, whereas she is in her own bubble. Okay, so you have to be able to maintain those boundaries to be able to not only help them out, but also maintain your own energy and your own health. And with these two kind of battling it out, it's almost like the practical side with the emotional side is battling it out. So you have to be good at making balanced decisions where your emotions and practicalness is balanced out. And also maintaining your own emotions and practicality, okay? Don't forget that you are also a human being, okay? You're not an oracle or some sort of machine. You have to also make sure that you are balanced and healthy as well, so that you can also advise other people correctly, as well as not be impacted by other people's energies or your own issues and challenges. And then with the Five of Wands and the Four of Wands being right next to each other, there's again, and these are the two cards that keep on coming out in your deck. This one has come out at least 2 times already, and I feel like this one also came out 2 times already. So this is the 3rd time they're coming out, and 3rd time's a charm. 3 is also a very magical number in tarot and in life in general as well. 3, 6, 9, those are all magical numbers. But the Five of Wands and the Four of Wands are basically saying that the skills that you need is to A, overcome your own challenges, okay? But B, also be very kind and very balanced in the way that you approach other people's challenges and how you offer to help, okay? Don't be the only one doing the work, but also don't be ignorant of the work that needs to be done and put in, okay? So you need to also help them and support them in a little more active manner, but at the same time, you need to help them overcome most of the work themselves, okay? And accomplish this castle in the sky. Yeah. But mostly, like, mainly the skill that you need is to protect your own energy, have healthy boundaries, and then be balanced in the way that you are making decisions and guiding people. So these are the types of people that you will meet in your career. Okay, so the overall energy is the Hierophant. So there may be a lot of people in your career that are very knowledgeable and very experienced in counseling or mediating. And they may be a little bit, not demanding, but maybe a little bit too strict and disciplined and have a certain way of doing things. So they may not like the way that you do things. They may have like a little bit of a prick up their butt because of the way you do things is so much more balanced and from a more holistic point of helping and viewing rather than from a medical perspective and a detached perspective. Yeah, you may also see a lot of people that are hurt, and that would make sense because you are, again, helping to heal people and mediating and counseling. So you may meet with a lot of people that are hurt. They may not be deeply hurt, but they are definitely having some issues and challenges in terms of, again, with the heart, I'm seeing relationship issues. So you may be mediating or counseling couples. You may be mediating or counseling people who have been hurt from toxic relationships, or people who are getting over a breakup, something like that. Or maybe people who just have a tough time fitting into society. But there's definitely an element of relationship and socialness to the challenges that they are seeing or being hurt by. And then some of the people that you meet are going to be people who are actually very strong and are just trying to be better and overcome the challenges that they're facing in life. Some of them might be very reserved and closed off. So you're meeting a good, a variety of people, okay? Now, with the actual card coming out being the Four of Coins, we are definitely seeing people who are kind of locked away in a tower. So you're meeting a lot of people who feel like they're locked away in their own life, that they don't have any way out, and they're kind of stuck. They may also be well off or in like middle class or upper middle class type of situations. So they may think that they're actually not happy in their life, even though they have all this money around them and they have safety and security and stability, but relationship wise, they may not be happy. And I think they're longing more or are a little bit lost and confused and don't know exactly what they want in terms of their relationships and in terms of the challenges or issues that they are facing. And they're just kind of waiting for someone to come and rescue them and save them. All right, pile 2. So the last question is advice for you to acquire this career. And you got Temperance. So Temperance is a card of patience, and it's always about being able to juggle the things that are kind of come your way in life and being able to adapt and move on with the situation. And I think that is what you need to kind of focus on. With the overall energy coming out with Three of Swords, this is just a combination of what I was saying before, where to enter into this career, you need to actually start becoming, I wouldn't say stronger because you already are strong, but becoming more adaptable and learning how to overcome your own situations and challenges and dealing with those things in a patient way. I think also just literally it means to develop some more patience with life's challenges and emotions and become a more stable and grounded person. Okay? You could meditate, you could go for a jog or do yoga, exercise, something like that. I'm also seeing drink a lot of water to calm yourself down and try to find the positive in things rather than focusing in on the negative that's happening. No matter what situation, no matter how bad it is, just try to find one thing, no matter how tiny it is, that makes you happy about the situation or that makes it seem not as bad or something positive in that situation. And with this overall card, definitely it's telling me that you will have to go through some of your own life's challenges and hurts and harms to kind of learn how to deal with them. And then you become strong. So see, again, like this whole idea of dealing with your own challenges and issues and becoming stronger and blooming into this strong creature. Yes. And being more open with yourself. Being more social, perhaps. Seeking out ways you can help other people and seeking out ways you can help yourself. Yes, again, the Justice card. What do you think is right to do in that situation? So deciding based on the life experiences and challenges that you go through, you have to decide what is the right thing to do in that situation. Be patient about it and try to find a way to ground yourself and be healthy and to find the positive in that situation, no matter how bad. because that's what's going to help you to develop this patience and to learn how to go with the flow and to learn how to protect your own energy from negative situations and people, and also be able to guide other people in a balanced, positive way to overcome these types of issues and challenges. All right, pile 2, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading and I hope it resonated. If it did, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you have any recommendations or suggestions for future readings or would like to let me know anything, please do leave it in the comment box below. If you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe and hit the notification bell button so you know when I'm uploading my next video. Hopefully I can do the podcast as well, and that may be helpful for you guys because I was thinking about doing a self-improvement podcast. Just if you want to check it out, go ahead. It's on the same channel by the name of the Hermit's Ocean podcast. And that'll probably be uploaded Monday or Tuesday of the coming week. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, and curious week. Bye. Okay, pile 3, welcome to your reading. And this is for those of you who picked the Mystical Manga Tarot. So the first question that we are asking is, what field or industry is the career that you're meant to go into in? So your pile is a lot more vague than the previous 2 piles. I'm not getting a specific field or industry. I'm getting more characteristics in terms of your career. Now, just going over the cards, I'll just say exactly what I saw. So for this pile, we have the 8 of Swords, we have the Tower, and we have the Page of Cups. So the words that I saw were bounded or tied up, sudden decision making, and little emotions or small emotions. So I feel like whatever field or industry you're going into, it's a very contractual based industry. I feel like there's a lot of decisions that you may have to make on the spur of the moment or very quickly, and you have to be very detached from your emotions in this field. I'm getting a business feel. You may be a CEO or a department manager or an international scale authority position. That's what I'm really getting from the entire vibe. But just from this section of the reading, it involves contracts. You cannot do certain things without someone else's permission. Or it could be that you can't do certain things because that's the way the rules are set up. You have to make sure that you tick all the boxes before you can actually take an action. But at the same time, you have to have a very detached and very sudden way of making decisions. You cannot use your emotions to make decisions. On this side, we've got the Magician with his resourcefulness and creation. We've got the 9 of Wands with her balancing act. So I was getting balancing on the edge in terms of decision making. So not making a decision that everyone really agrees on, but just pushing the decision as far as you can go without offending someone or without it becoming something that goes against the contract or the rules. So it's very much of like a tiptoeing on the fine line between what you can and can't do. And then you've got the Page of Wands. So it's very much you are in control of the decision making. You may be where the decision making actually begins before it actually gets to a level where it actually has to be implemented. So either you are in a business field or you are in a science field. I just got that right now with the creation and not being actually able to implement the decision but being the person who's kind of tiptoeing on that fine line of what you can and can't do, and also being the one who initiates the decision-making process. You may be a science person or you may be a business person. And both of those fields are kind of similar in the sense that you are bounded by certain rules and you have to make quick decisions often, and you have to be very detached in the way you make a decision. But both of them also involved creation and tiptoeing the fine line between what's right and what's wrong. And often, more than not, you are the initiator of the decision-making process, but may not always be the implementer of the decision being made. And with the overall energy, I've got world. So I was seeing a lot of, the first thing that popped into my mind was world travel. But because this person is holding the world with the Two of Wands, it's very much thinking about worldly ideas. And then at the same time, right behind him, you've got the King of Coins, who looks very, very smug. And is it King Joffrey from Game of Thrones? I don't know, but it was that little baby prince that was very snide and evil and cruel. He's giving me this vibe. That vibe. So the career that you're going into, the field or industry, is very much related with money and being almost like at the top of the world and being in control of the thing, of money and power and resources. So with the world and with the King of Coins, I was seeing world enterprise. And then finally, you have the Nine of Swords, which is always a worry card, and which is exactly how I read it. So it is the career or the field or industry that you're going into may keep you up at night because there's a lot of thoughts or thinking that are associated with the decisions that have to be made. Or it may be a very high stress job because, again, you are operating on a world scale level and you have a lot of power in your hands. But you have to operate within a certain set of rules that may restrict you, and you have to learn to balance between that fine line between right and wrong and what you can and can't do. All right, pile 3. So the next question we asked was your career path. So this is your start, middle, and end. I'm going to start off with the middle. Or actually, you know what? I'll just start off with the beginning because it'll be easier for you guys to look at. So the beginning of your career path, you've got the, the Four of Swords in reverse. You've got the Six of Pentacles. You've got Three of Wands, and you've got Nine of Cups. So at the beginning of your career path, you're quite balanced in the beginning of your career path. You aren't really being very active at the beginning of your career path. You may not actually be initiating the decision making. You may be under someone else that is actually doing the decision making, and you're just kind of following their orders. So that may be the reason why we're seeing the Four of Swords here. And definitely with this sleeping mode over here going on, you're definitely not doing anything at the beginning of your career path. You're just kind of going with the flow, and you are saving up. And as you can see, both of these people have their eyes closed. So does this person, and this person is just completely turned away. So it's very much in almost like a hermit mode, I would say. At the beginning of your career path, you're just saving up. You're not really doing anything in terms of actions. And you are kind of setting up the foundation for your plan, for your business plan. And thinking about what the steps you need to take are, where you want to go and where you want to be in the future, what you want to do. And then finally, you're thinking about all the opportunities that will come your way, or all the opportunities that you could possibly take on. But because this is a Nine of Cups, it also is talking about what is going to make you happy. You're thinking about, what do I want in my future life that is going to make me happy? Do I want a big house? Do I want a big, nice car? Do I want a lot of money, a lot of women or men, whatever? But you're really in a very reflective sort of mode, thinking about, okay, so what do I want? What makes me happy? What do I want in a few years or whatever? Where do I want to go and how do I get there
So you're setting things up, and as well as saving a lot of money to actually be able to take the action later on and step on to this career path. Now, in the middle of your career path, it's very much the Wheel of Fortune, which is you're going to have a lot of ups and you're going to have a lot of downs, but you're going to be able to manage them very well. And again, there's this face, which is very, the eyes are closed, again, on this face, and as well as on the end of your career path, the eyes are closed. So I think overall, your entire career path is going to be a very reflective and a very, all your actions and your decisions are going to be made on what your dreams are and what you aspire for. So in the Wheel of Fortune, you're, again, very calm, and you're just kind of, again, thinking or looking to the future and what you can do to make your dreams come true, even if there is all this snaky stuff going on around you. You're still very much thinking, okay, how do I move forward? What's the next step? Or you kind of go back into this mode of thinking about what makes you happy and what you want to accomplish, so that you can stay calm in situations or time periods of instability, or when the Wheel of Fortune kind of turns down its luck on you. And then with the King of Cups, for the end of your career path, you are very emotionally happy and very emotionally stable, and you're very much in a king energy. You know how to use your emotions, you know how to control your emotions, and I think you're even dreaming even bigger dreams after you've gotten to the end of your career path. And I think you're very satisfied with what you have, and you're kind of reflecting back to what you used to want and thinking, okay, now I've got this, I'm very happy. So you've accomplished what you wanted to accomplish. With the overall energy being the Magician, you are very much in a creative energy and a resourceful energy throughout the entirety of your career path. So again, this idea of, even though the Wheel of Fortune turns down on your luck, you are very resourceful and very creative, and always thinking about what the next step forward is, next puzzle to solve is. And then again, with this Nine of Wands coming up again, this entire your entire career path is made up of tiptoeing between the fine line of, like, this is going to work out or it's not going to work out, this is the right way, this is the wrong way, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do. So it's very much about making your decisions based on what is available to you and what you can kind of resource to your success. And then finally, you've got the Six of Cups, which is, again, there's a lot of opportunity and offerings being made to you, but you just have to pick which opportunities to go with. Maybe you pick all of them, because it almost looks like they're collecting the bowls of roses, which are turned from this water bowl. So it's almost like you guys pick up certain opportunities that may not look very attractive, but you turn them into abundant opportunities.
Okay, so the next questions we're asking is how and where you will find your career. So for the how, we have the Six of Wands, the Devil together, and then the Knight of Cups. So with the Six of Wands and the Devil, you're definitely looking back. How you are going to be finding your career is you are going to be reflecting back and thinking about what in your life has seduced you or lured you or attracted you. And you are going to use that information to kind of decide this Knight of Cups energy, which is, how did you overcome that attraction, or what was it exactly about those things that attracted you? Okay. And made you feel happy or emotionally satisfied, or really riled up your emotions in a good way or a negative way. But what was it that actually got you interested in that thing in the first place? So that's how you find your career, when you start thinking like this, okay? And I think because this is a business or science thing, science field, whatever by you understanding the emotions and why they were caused by whatever was causing them in the past, you are going to kind of start giving your mind ideas to think about or understand how you have to build your business so that you can make it successful, and understanding what emotions to play on or what emotions to kind of target so that you can lure and attract customers. Now, where you will find this career, you have the Three of Wands again. And in this way, I saw a journey, a holiday, a vacation, somewhere near a beach or an ocean or a sea. So you are going to actually be traveling somewhere where you may find an opportunity that you think, okay, well, that is the opportunity that I want to go for. That's the career that I want to take. So you, just by going on this holiday or this travel, vacation, or journey, you are actually going to strengthen, or not strengthen, but decide on the idea that you want to go with. And you're going to actually observe something maybe on the beach that is selling well, or how people are reacting to it, and you're going to use that as an idea to create a business. In the overall energy, we have the Seven of Wands, and we can see this person has all these wands against them, but I'm thinking wands is supposed to be more of like a thought decisions. So definitely there are these two decisions or opportunities that you are considering right at the forefront, and you will decide to pick one of them, okay, with the Knight of Wands energy. And because the Knight, and then with the Chariot as well, this is in reverse, but I'm reading it upright. With the Knight of Wands energy and the Chariot energy, you're going to be moving very fast towards this decision. Fast, but almost in a very stable and grounded manner. You're not going to be impulsive about it. You're definitely going to be moving fast towards it, but it may take some time to actually get there. Like I said, you're saving up a lot of money and you're not really doing any actions yet at the beginning of your career path. And then with the Death, that's just your physical transformation of your character, but also your physical reality. Okay, pile 3. So the next question is, what are the characteristics of the career that you will be going into? So we got the Judgment, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups. With the Ten of Cups, you're working with a lot of people. I'm seeing like a very humongous company, almost like the inside looks kind of like Google or Apple or something, very bright and very interactive, and like a lot of multiple teams are working all together. Plus you are working with them. So definitely this is one of the characteristics of the job, that you have to work with a lot of people in a lot of teams, and a lot of teams have to work with each other. Another characteristic of the job is the Lovers, which is you have to be charismatic, kind, and deal with different types of people on a higher level when you're making like contracts or agreements, or you're talking to people from other company or people that you may be pitching your ideas to. You need to know how to approach them in a way that they are attracted by you and attracted by your idea. So it's almost like a slight manipulation, a social manipulation, but it's not from a bad intention, so I'll let it go. And then finally, another characteristic of the career is you have to have judgment. So you have to make sound and equal judgments. You have to be able to make a decision that is fair and just and right, and that will lead you to success. With the overall energy of the characteristics needed, you've got Justice, so you have to be fair and just in the way that you are making your decisions and taking your actions. With the Knight of Coins, you've got control of your resources, okay, so you have to be wise when you're using your money or your resources, and you have to analyze and critically think about whether the action or decision is the right one to make, and then follow through with it with the Knight energy. Then you've got the Eight of Wands, which is, again, you have to be very particular about what opportunities you are grabbing hold onto. And once you've decided that, or not yet decided it, right, because with the Two of Swords energy, you have to decide which opportunity you're going to take advantage of or hold onto by making a balanced decision, okay? And then moving through with balanced action making as well. Okay, pile 3, and then we've got the skills needed for your career. So you've got the Emperor, the Six of Cups again, and then you've got the Eight of Pentacles. So, just with the Emperor, you have to have a leadership, charismatic energy. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to give off the impression of confidence and the ability to lead and guide people in the right way and on the right direction. I'm seeing you have to be very strong and resilient on the outside for this career. Again, in business, you have to be strong and resilient because you have to adapt. And with the Emperor, it's very much like this calm, confident energy. They know that what they are doing is the right thing. They're very critically analytical, and they decide and make the right and wise decisions. With the Six of Cups, we are, again, spot the opportunity and turn it into an abundant advantage for yourself. And we're again seeing the collection of things, collection of abundance. So really the ability to grow an empire from things that may not seem that useful in growing it. We've also got the ability to be humble and be able to appreciate what you have, rather than just focusing in on all this wealth that you have acquired. And then with the Eight of Pentacles, we have this idea of being able to make and sign the right contracts. So again, it's being very critically analytical of the things that you are signing and the things that you are acquiring, and to make sure that you are making the right decision so that you do not lose all these pentacles that you have just so that you can acquire this one pentacle. You have to be very thorough in reading the contracts and creating the contracts as well, so that you are setting the rules and making the rules for the game that you are kind of living on the edge of. Okay? Now, the overall energy of the skills needed in this career is, again, looking to the future and deciding how to set things up so that you can acquire. So it's definitely a vision is required. Having a vision is a skill set for this job. Knight of Cups. So again, knowing what makes things kind of... I had to go charge my battery really quickly, but we were looking at the skills that you would need for this career, and the first one would be the vision. Okay, so having a vision and knowing what that vision is. So what's the future or the long-term goal? Then you've got the Knight of Cups. So definitely from like a business perspective, it's knowing what the emotional triggers are or wants and needs are in terms of your product or service, and what arouses that emotional trigger, need, or want in your customers. And from a scientific perspective, it would be more of like, what are the reactions that you're getting if you do a certain experiment or put the whatever you are experimenting on into a specific situation. Then with the Devil, you would again be dealing with, you would need to know how to control people's desires and how to attract or seduce them towards your product or service. And then finally, you've got, again, the reflecting type of card with the Six of Wands. But this is kind of giving me more of being aware of the people that are kind of looking at you or are behind you and maybe trying to trample over you or defeat you in some sense. So it could be that this sort of reflection, rather than reflecting on the things that you've accomplished or have gone by and you've learned from them, this is more so who is kind of targeting you to break down your empire or who is a threat to you. And this could be in terms of suppliers or new competitors. It could also be, from the scientific point of view, who is trying to maybe dissuade you from your experiment, or people who are also trying to do the same experiment and just copy you. So you want to really protect your work. Okay, pile 3, so I asked the question, what types of people will you meet in this career? So the first card that popped out was the Two of Wands, and from this, the type of people that you're meeting are very analytical people, and they know what the world wants and how the world works. So these are almost like the data analysis people, I guess. Then you've got the Tower in reverse. So these are people that do make decisions, but at a moderate or normal pace. They make it at a good pace, but they need all the information that they need to have before they can make a decision. They do not make sudden decisions. So I guess these would be kind of like your legal team people, maybe. I'm not sure exactly who these people would actually represent, but I'm just throwing out some ideas that I feel like could suit these types of people based on the career that you're in. Then you've got the Fool. So these are people that are very impulsive. So these could be other business people that you meet, like entrepreneurs or whatnot. And they're very impulsive, and they just kind of go after whatever smells good to them. But they don't really think about the consequences or the pros and cons of an action. They just go after whatever they are interested in at that moment. But they are fun people to be around because they're so positive and idealistic and dreamer type of vibe. And then finally, the last person that came out was 4 cards together, and you have the Nine of Wands again, the Magician again, the 6 of Pentacles again, and the 4 of Swords in reverse again. So all of these cards that showed up originally in your start of your career are showing up again in the types of people that you are going to meet. And but from here, so these could be more of your creative team or your people who kind of help you develop ideas. Because again, these people aren't really doing anything, but there's definitely this idea of creation and resourcefulness, and tiptoeing that fine line, and walking around the fine print, right? But instead of saving up money, where at the beginning of your career path we were seeing this card as you saving up money for your idea, this is more so giving me the vibe of not saving up money, but thinking about how to use that money and thinking about what ventures are actually profitable and which one will be the most profitable and bring you in the most money. So these people, I feel like maybe your advisory team or your board of members that actually help you decide, okay, well, these opportunities are coming to us, and these are the things that we can do to kind of pursue these opportunities, and this is what makes it all right to pursue these opportunities. This is how we can do them without crossing the line. But because they aren't doing anything about it themselves, I'm definitely getting this vibe that they're more advising you after thinking about, okay, these are the things that are most profitable, and this is how you will go about pursuing that opportunity. These could be your financial advice team as well. And then finally, in your overall energy of the types of people that you will be meeting in your career, you've got the Hermit. So again, this idea of people that are very deeply analytical and very much into gathering knowledge as much as possible and to use to guide you. Then you also have people that are partners or people that you're very close to that will help you build your empire. This could also be your future wife or husband. And then finally, again, with the whole concept with this Five of Wands of people handing him the wands. And again, this concept of people helping you build your empire, but whereas in the partner card, you're seeing that a good exchange of the empire, or like a true partnership. This is more like they're providing their resources to you. So these could be investors. And then finally, we've got the Three of Swords. So this could be people who you meet with on a daily basis, or this could be actually customer survey groups that you do surveys with, or primary data collection with, to kind of figure out what the wants and needs and hurts of your clientele are. So that you can find out what opportunities you should take advantage of. Because she doesn't really look sad. It's almost like, yes, there are some challenges and issues that they have in their life, but she doesn't look like she's truly sad and crying about it. But obviously, they do annoy or frustrate. All right, pile 3, and finally, this is the advice section for you to actually acquire this career. I'm going to first take a look at the overall energy. Okay, so the advice for your overall energy would be just to make balanced decisions and to really think about your decisions before you follow through with them. Then, again, this whole idea of being patient and measuring out the pros and cons before you actually make the decisions. And with temperance and the water flowing, I always consider it as also as adaptability. So really being adaptable in the decisions that you make, as long as you get to the end goal, correct? Don't be too focused on what decisions you actually have to make. Then with the moon, I would say, actually, because she kind of looks scared of her environment, to not be scared to take a step and make a decision. And finally, with this, what is this, Four of Cups, I would say think about the opportunities that are being offered to you, rather than simply taking them. And usually we see this as like ignoring the opportunity. In tarot readers, you may have seen often, they say that the person has their eyes closed and are rejecting the opportunity. But in this sense, I always read intuitively, or at least try to. And in this sense, I'm seeing almost like you should not just take the opportunity that comes to you that seems the most alluring. You should actually think about whether it is right or not, whether it aligns with the rest of these opportunities that you have collected, and whether it is something that you should pursue, or it is just some sort of figment of imagination that's just kind of drawing in your impulses and your emotions. Okay, so now moving on to the actual cards, we have Justice. So advice for you to actually acquire this career would be to be just and to be fair, to be very balanced in the way that you approach situations and people, and to treat everyone fairly and to treat everyone justly, and to make decisions and take actions that do not harm or hurt anyone. Your intention should be to be fair and to be just. And again, it's this idea of balancing your actions and your decision making, or your decisions, so that they are right in the middle of what is moral, ethical, and legal. So you're not crossing that line. Okay. The other thing is, the other advice, you've got 4 cards all together. So you've got the King of Swords, you've got the 10 of Pentacles, you've got the 10 of Wands, and you've got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So with the King of Swords, it means to really think about your decision before you actually take an action with it. But once you have decided, follow through with the action and just stay focused on that action. Don't worry about it after that. Okay? Then with the 10 of Pentacles, I'm seeing, in terms of advice, is to open your heart and your arms to different opportunities. Don't be closed off or closed-minded in the way that you perceive opportunities. Look at each opportunity equally and fairly, and analyze them to decide properly whether it is a good opportunity for you or not. And then with the 10 of Wands, definitely build your empire step by step. Focus on each step that you have to plant and you have to put into the ground to actually build your empire. Do not worry about all the rest of them that you are carrying or all the rest of the steps that you have to do. Just focus on the one step that you have to implant in properly and make sure that it is strong where it has been planted, or the way that you are taking the step, make sure that you are taking it with confidence and you're completing it thoroughly before you start to plant the other wand or complete the next step. Because you know what the steps you need to complete are, but you have to make sure that they're done properly and well. Don't have this like half-efforted type of step. And then with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, don't worry about the money and the resources so much, okay? Because they will come as the opportunities come. When you obviously need to save up some money to proceed with the opportunities that you want to partake in, but at the same time, you can get those opportunities by taking a step towards investors to invest in your business. So you don't have to worry too much about the resources and the money and whether you have enough of it or not. With the opportunities will come investors and resources to actually help you build up your business. Okay? All right, pile 3, I hope the reading resonated with you and you guys enjoyed it. If it did, please leave a thumbs up. And if you have any recommendations or suggestions for future readings, please leave them in the comment box below. And if you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I am uploading a new video. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, curious, and blessed week. Have a lovely day. Bye.